hold on to your V's because we're taking a look at M3GAN 2.0, where they switch up from horror to basically Mission Impossible, and where M3GAN teams up with Katie, Gemma, Cole, and Tess to defeat a bigger threat, Amelia, and yeah. So I didn't get to see this in theaters because around the time this movie came out, I moved to another. I flew to another place, and also be not helped by the fact that I went to see bigger movies that summer like Jurassic World, Superman, and Fantastic Four, and also to Galaxy Con Raleigh. So I didn't have time to watch M3GAN 2.0. But also I decided, and why not include it for during the Halloween season? I thought it would be appropriate. Um, Although I do admit it's kind of the least horrorish so far because it's basic. Like I said, it's an more because it's an action sci-fi movie more so and not basically a horror movie at all. But I mean, Megan's a horror icon, but so whatever. Um, really like the first Megan movie. I thought it was pretty good. Megan is a very creepy character, and I thought the aunt and niece relationship between Katie and Katie was very memorable, and they have a great and the actors did a good job, and I really like those characters as well. So I was looking forward to M3GAN 2.0. I thought the trailers were very goofy but fun. What are my thoughts on the film that now that I've seen it? It's interesting to talk about because start with the positives. For one, the action in this movie is pretty cool. It's your standard action scenes, but with some martial arts choreography, which is I thought it was very cool and well done. I really like a lot of the action scenes in the film, like Megan fighting Amelia in the second act in the final battle, or I like when Gemma you becomes a superhero basically at the end of the film, fighting a bunch of bad guys at the end of the film. I thought she was a very made for a very cool action hero, and thought that she was very awesome in that fight scene. Um, and I thought so. I'll give props that some decent action film scenes, and some of the costumes don't look too bad. And I thought Amelia was actually a decent antagonist. Not so much for the real main antagonist. The character was kind of whatever, generic kind of twist villain. But Amelia was decent enough, and she has some pretty decent kills for a PG-13 movie. Like she snaps a person's neck at a hotel room. She kills people with a spear during an anime convention, which I thought was very cool. Kills in that scene. I still thought M3GAN was still creepy, even as a hero, and mainly because of her eyes. And I thought Jenna Davis did a great job voicing her, and her singing to Gemma was kind of a little creepy, but yeah, it was creepy way of her singing. Her voice and her face are very creepy, of course, as it should be. But I thought she also made for a actually pretty fun character when she becomes an action, learning martial arts. As well as Katie, who is kind of the most brilliant ones because she kind of breaks people's arms. She breaks people's arms, which is kind of crazy for a kid, but it's interesting. So I thought Cole and Tess were fine as well. One thing I found it say I was that was interesting is just every time, every single moment watching this, I'm like, it feels weird that we went from horror to just action because well, it's not new for movies sequels to change genre from the previous movie. Of course, Aliens and Terminator does it, but they work because they still had the charm of the first of the original movies to me, this felt like Cars 2, where the genre switch from sports to spy was kind of a random genre switch. This feels like that, where it didn't feel like it was the same Megan from the where it feel like didn't feel like an actual proper sequel, or it just feel like a sci-fi action movie that was just reworked as a Megan sequel or something like that. But yeah, but it was still fun, and I kind of was a little embarrassed at that Knight Rider reference at the first act where Gemma goes to Appleton's place to hack into Amelia to find Amelia alongside Cole and Megan. Um, and the movie overall is kind of cheesy. It's like one of those movies where you had to watch it as a fun, cheesy movie and not like that's what it is. A cheesy action movie is kind of what it is. Um, yeah, so yeah, overall, that's my thoughts on Megan 2.0. It's nowhere near as good as as the original, but it's kind of a fun time in a way. What are you guys' thoughts on it? Let me know in the comments below. And yeah, so what are you guys' thoughts on it? Let me know in the comments below, and stay tuned for more Halloween videos.